The Texan who leads the House Foreign Affairs Committee in Congress is sending a strong warning about conflict with China. Congressman Michael McCaul told Fox News that the risk of a military confrontation with China is, quote, very high. It comes amid tensions over Taiwan. And on Thursday, Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin announced an agreement to increase the U.S. military footprint in the Pacific. It includes $82 million to enhance military infrastructure in the Philippines, including new access to strategic bases in that country. Austin called it a response to military moves by China in the region. The move spotlights tensions between the U.S. and China, which some fear could turn into an eventual military conflict. Our Monica Madden spoke with Congressman McCaul about the concerns and what he thinks the country needs to do to prepare.
You have warned about the potential of a war between China invading Taiwan in the coming years. Talk about why you think that is more imminent now than before.
Well, it's based upon my briefings, both classified and non-classified. I think ever since Afghanistan fell and the debacle that took place there, it's interesting. When Afghanistan fell last August, we saw the Russian Federation moving towards Ukraine. We knew the invasion was going to take place. I think it's because we're projecting weakness after that, which invites aggression. Then you saw Chairman Xi form this unholy alliance with Mr. Putin, and also Iran and North Korea are involved in the Ukrainian conflict. When you look at Taiwan, we know that Chairman Xi has talked about, just like Putin talked about reunification of Ukraine, he talks about reunification of Taiwan back to mainland China. Taiwan, by the way, manufactures 90% of the advanced global manufacturing capabilities for semiconductors, which if China either owns or breaks it, will cause major disruption in supply chain. So I think, quite honestly, that a military invasion would be their last option. I think their first option would be to influence the elections that will take place next January in 2024. However, if they are not successful in that effort, I do believe that they will then go to Plan B, which would be either a blockade or an outright military invasion of the island.
In the absolute worst case scenario, if there is a war involving China, do you think the United States is prepared in terms of our defense base and our supplies?
Well, that's a major discussion here, and it's a great concern. I signed off on all foreign military weapon sales, but I signed off on weapons 3 years ago that have yet to go into Taiwan. So I am worried about that. I'm worried about the lack of joint military exercises with Taiwan. We have to have deterrence. Otherwise, China, if they see an opening, they're going to take it. And Taiwan will be a very different calculus compared to Ukraine, in the sense that Ukraine is capable of fighting their own war if we give them the right weapon systems. Taiwan is not. Taiwan is not capable of fighting this alone. It would necessarily involve the United States, Japan, Australia, and the United Kingdom. And I think it's going to be up to the American people in the event that happens as to what to do. I can say that my committee that I chair, the Foreign Affairs Committee, we have the authority of declaration of war under the Constitution, and also authorize use of military force that you've seen exercised in previous conflicts we've had. I hope we don't have to have that discussion, but we have to be prepared. We're living in a very dangerous time, a time that I haven't seen really since World War II, my father's war, when you had Hitler invading Europe and Japan invading the Pacific. You're seeing this playing out with Putin and Chairman Xi of China.
Congressman McCaul is also one of several lawmakers on Capitol Hill pushing for new restrictions on TikTok. He cites concerns that the video app could give the Chinese government access to information about Americans. Missouri Republican Senator Josh Hawley also introduced a bill to ban the app in the United States. The White House is also considering its own set of actions that could require the app to make changes to its data security policies. TikTok, meanwhile, says it's taken steps to keep users' data secure. They're touting a security plan known as Project Texas because it uses software developed by Oracle, which is based in Austin.